Hey guys, how's it going? On this week's video, I'll be breaking down rotation, how it's commonly taught, and how I choose to teach rotation. One of the things that we're going to have to break down is understanding what it is to simply move your waist when doing rotational movement, and what it means to actually use your waist and use your hips and use the ground. They will look very, very similar, and the thing to note is the process by which you acquire this motion. Because if you're just adding force, adding speed, adding power to rotational elements, then it's going to be very easy for you to injure yourself, to throw your back out, to subluxate your rib. These are all things that are very common in rotational sports, particularly if you're doing a movement, adding speed and load to it that you're just, quite frankly, not ready for. So without further ado, here's the breakdown. So when most people think about rotation in rotational sports, they're actually just thinking about spinal rotation and moving the waist. So from this position, you can see that I'm clearly only moving or initiating movement from my waist and from my spine. My hips aren't really playing a very active role in this. However, if I choose to integrate the floor and my pelvis, then what I can do from here is I can supinate my right foot, use adductors to drag me over to the right, and then obliques can contract and carry me the rest of the way. So there's this pelvis first action, foot first, then adductors, and then pelvis, and then obliques. So this is what a lot of the Chinese martial arts used to train, is this integration. The way they look like from side to side in Tian-gan exercises would be something like this. There is a coordination that you have to feel. It's not just rotating here from the waist. It's using everything. And we do the same thing in my martial art, Xingyi. So it'll be something like. So it's using everything. It's using the entirety of the waist to rotate and whip around the arms. None of the power, none of the forces generated from the lumbar spine or simply from your midsection. It's about using the ground, using the floor to propel you, to propel force to the other side of your body. So you can apply this for baseball, for tennis, for golf, for boxing, for damn near anything, medicine ball throws. This is the way that you can integrate all of your body in order to allow you clean and smooth rotation without throwing out your back. So as you can see, the difference between using your waist and simply moving your waist comes down to what are the moving pieces that are initiating the motion. So in the first part, you're just using the spine. You're thinking about rotating your waist and rotating your spine. You're not thinking about how your obliques and how your pelvis with your adductors and hamstrings are stabilizing either end of the spine. You're just kind of thinking of adding speed and adding motion and doing it faster and whipping. But a spine can only act like a spine if ribs act like ribs and a pelvis acts like a pelvis. Meaning if you're not allowing that shift to occur, if you're not allowing hamstrings and adductors to help support the pelvis and the sacrum, then the lumbar spine isn't going to be able to rotate in accordance with hip orientation, and the ribs aren't going to be able to match this motion through the use of obliques. So these are some things that people have to pay attention to, whether you're playing baseball, golf, tennis, martial arts. It doesn't matter, walking, it doesn't matter. The base idea is that you have to understand how rotation occurs before you can start adding speed and power to it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comment section below. Check out my Instagram @mejorstrength, and I will catch all of you next Tuesday.